Hello again. Welcome to another guest internet video that tells you how to configure the guest internet controllers. Before I start, I want to remind you once more, if you are going to configure a guest internet controller, do download the configuration guide, read it carefully. It will provide you with a lot of information. It tells you how to connect the products together and also how to go through the setup wizard to initialize the product. Finally, it tells you how to log in as the administrator. And that's very important because if we're going to do any type of configuration, the first step is to log in as the administrator. Now, when we log in as the administrator, this is the screen that we see. This is the system information page, and this provides you with information about the controller. Now, I'm going to go now to the advanced settings. We've been through quite a lot of these configurations, and the configuration I'm going to talk about today is the printer setup. Now, we have two types of printer setup. One's for an office printer, a letter printer, and the other one is for the thermal printer. And that is the GIS TP1 or any Epson format printer that has an Ethernet port. Okay. And if you have your own Ethernet port printer, you can contact us to find out how to configure it to use with guest internet. Now, when we have the printer, this allows us to print the vouchers, which are papers with access codes on them. And these are what we give to our customers to allow them to access the internet. Now, I have a page here which I'm going to show you. This is the codes printed as vouchers, which we can print on an office printer. And we also have the configuration where we can print individual vouchers on the thermal printer. Now, what this does is allow us to format the voucher. So we can add the text there, we can upload a logo, and we can add more text, and we can also determine if we're going to print the date. So once we've printed it, this is what it looks like. Okay. And when we print vouchers using the office printer, we print 16 per page. And so we can cut these up and we can give those to people or sell them to people if we want. Okay. So it's a very straightforward process. Once we've set up the office printer, then we go to the codes printing. Let's go over there now. Print codes, manage codes, and we create a code, and then we can go down here to print the code. So let's create a code here. And now we can click on this button to print the codes. And so that will print our vouchers. This time I selected one, but if we select 16, for example, that fills a page of vouchers. Now, let's go back to the printer setting. And I'll tell you about the thermal printer. This is the GIS TP1 printer. Okay. Look on our website for more information about this printer. It's a receipt printer. It's exactly the same as the printers you see on point of sales. In fact, we can connect two types of printer, one with a 58mm paper and also a printer with 80mm paper. These are the two standards that are used for point of sale terminals. Okay, so we go through the configuration. First of all, we determine which port it's going to be connected to, and we provide the information that's going to be printed on the voucher. This can be a receipt, for example. So you can have this printer set up at a checkout in a coffee bar, and you can then print vouchers one at a time and give those to people who are maybe purchasing access to the internet or people who want access to the internet. And you have optional information here which you can add. Some people, for example, want to add the command sequence that operates the paper cutter. So some printers have a cutter which can cut the paper off, and you can put the command sequence. You can put any type of control character in here which controls the Epson printer. For more information about Epson printers, then go to the Epson website and download the manual, and that will tell you all the different types of controls that you have for the Epson printer. It's a very versatile printer. The GIS TP1 is a printer which follows the Epson standard. Most of the printers do. So remember, these printers, in order to use any type of printer, has to have an Ethernet port because it's going to be connected to one of the LAN ports on a guest internet controller. And that's how we print information onto the printer. And in fact, all guest internet controllers have point of sale software, which means you can set up a tablet. You can put 10 buttons on that tablet, just like a point of sale, tap a button, and out of the GIS TP1 or whatever Epson printer you're using, it prints out the receipt corresponding to that button that you tapped. And so you can set up 10 different buttons, and you can have them different times, different data speeds. So a 1 hour button, a 4 hour button, a 1 day button. This is also used by a lot of hotels, so that when people check into the hotel, let's say they're going to stay at the hotel for 3 days, you can generate a receipt that has a code valid for 3 days that people can use while they're in the hotel. So a very versatile feature. It's used by a lot of different customers for many different types of applications. And this is also explained in the manual. So if you go to the Guest Internet website, up at the top right, there's a button to download the manual. This is available in English and Spanish. So you can read more about using the printers, either the office printer, a letter size printer, or else an Epson thermal printer, receipt printer, like the GIS TP1. Well, I hope that was informative for you. If you have any questions, you can always send us an email and ask your questions. We'll be very happy to answer you. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.